Currently 1 game up in this best of 5 series. Considered by many to be the favorite, I think you can very obviously see why. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Dongraegu. And his opponent, one of the hardest working foreign Terrans there is, no doubt about that, and certainly one of the most skilled, currently fighting from a 1-game disadvantage, but still everything to play for. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Mouse Sports Thorzain.
There's a lot of money on the line, Total Biscuit.
Yeah, that's a reasonable amount.
A lot of money. $15,000 is pointed out. That's a lot. 10,000 euros. That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. Thorzain, however, is the kind of player who can deal with that. There's a lot of money on the line for, of course, TSL3 as well. He's able to deal with the pressure there. He's a very calm, cool, methodical, and collected player. And what we saw in that last game, the attempt to go for the quick third base, yes, he took a lot of damage in the process, but he did hang on and he did defend as well as he possibly could have in that situation, thinking, okay, I might be able to get back into this because I do still have 3 orbitals. I've got mules. Yes, I can replace the losses that actually happened at that point in the game. But unfortunately, DRG was more than ready to deal with that. Thorzain, gasless opening for the moment. He could still take a refinery. It would be a little late, and there it is.
It is going to be a refinery down there on 13, nice and fast there. And he will be looking for some form of build. I don't know, will it be a Reaper opening? Reaper openings are pretty good, especially on this map, because you are able to jump up and down on that natural area. The reactor is a potential build as well for him.
Yep.
We'll have to see what he has planned here. I mean, the thing is, like, when I spoke to him before the game, I was like, you ready to do this? He's like, I've got this game plan pretty out straight.
Yep.
Unfortunately, like you mentioned, you know, Dongraegu did shut that down quite hard in that first game. Will he be able to do it again in the second?
Potentially. We shall see, shan't we? There we go. Hatchery first right here for Dongraegu. No big surprises there. Really, really standard opening for him. Noticing he's picking up this extractor, not going for this gasless build at this point. And you know what? It's working for him. It lets him, it gives him options. Lets him get those roaches out early if he feels that there's an opportunity there. Lets him build speed slightly earlier than otherwise he would be able to if he feels he needs to.
It's fairly uncommon to walk into a 2-racks on this kind of map.
Definitely.
The only people that kind of do that is like Nada, who's probably the only person that still does it. And he's not expecting a 2-racks here, and he may be expecting some form of Hellion play, which is why he obviously wants to get that speed upgrade for these Zerglings, but doesn't need the spawning pool that early because he's not ready to fit, or he's not really expecting any early aggression here. No. And despite these Marines moving out and so on, he knows that it's not a 2-racks. He knows that it's not heavy pressure. And he does build 6 Lings though anyway, and that is probably because he couldn't get the full scout. He didn't check out exactly.
Be sure. Yeah.
But at the same time, he sees these units backing off. They're not there now. Will immediately go back to building a lot of drones. But look at this, still in with gas. He's at 64, 68, still with 3 in the extractor. Are we going to be seeing another fast roach one, another fast bust?
Definitely a possibility. If he feels that he can catch his opponent off guard in the early game, if he feels perhaps that it's going to be a Hellion opening and that he can strike at a good time, then he might do it. Or, of course, if he fears Thorzain's Hellions, also a possibility. There we go. That's going to be the Reactor Red Flame Hellion and a Command Center to top that one off right there from Thorzain.
And we do have some Zerglings getting initial hits on this. Nice micro by Thorzain. Is he going to be able to come on top here? He should be able to go toe-to-toe, and the Marine does get the final shot there. Meanwhile, like you said, we do have that the reactors actually both on the factory and barracks and that command center. And it's not going to be a roach one, it's going to be an incredibly fast layer here.
Yeah, that is crazy, crazy quick right there from DRG. We've not seen that yet, and that could mean all manner of unpleasant things, but on a map like this, Muta Harass is a big possibility. What do you think that he's going through his mind right now? What's his game plan?
Well, he should be, it's this early, you have to kind of think about what he cannot do. He's not going to go Hydra, he's not going to go for a Nidus network. He's probably going to be looking to go directly into that Spire, but at a really awkward timing for Thorzain, because he has no idea about it. If you look at Thorzain's vision, he has no idea, only sees the expansion. Speed is out for these Lings. He's going to be able to build a few Lings to accompany any defense. And there goes the double extractors. Will he throw down that Spire immediately? We have to check it out.
Yep. And the problem, of course, with going with a really, really early Spire is that you can't build too many mutants initially. But, like you said, really awkward timing, difficult to defend, and in this case, Thorzain going with Hellions and a Medevac looking for a drop. He does still have Marines coming, and he did build that reactor to make sure that would happen. And there it is. That's the Spire right here from Dongraegu.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very fast here, and depending on what Thorzain sees, I mean, The thing is, if he goes by ground, he's not going to see anything. He's going to see exactly standard stuff, like a 2-base layer. He needs to get a scan in to actually get this information. And meanwhile, he is going to push out with these Lings and Hellions, with the Medivac as well. Might be able to do a lot of damage here because there's literally only 7 Lings. Which is not going to be two-handed.
Even with someone like Dongraegu's skill, I don't think that's going to work. And this is an interesting idea. I have a feeling he's going to try and lift this entire force up into the main. Dongraegu has no Overlord at the back.
Yeah, and 14 Lings are being made, but Lings are not good enough. He's pulling Queens to get rid of that Medivac ASAP.
Yep, he's going to need to do that because, of course, that's the thing which allows him to elevate. Unfortunately, the Queens are being driven away, and this is a nice bit of pressure right here from Thorzain, hitting before, of course, the Spire was there, and that early lair might have been a big risk, and it looks like it's not going to pay off. If Thorzain's able to do good damage here, he's going to be in a great position.
Hellions are going to be the key here. They're going to kill these Lings so fast.
Oh yes, so many Hellions as well, and of course the Medivac keeps most of those Marines alive. In comes the pressure, and down he goes, and he's going right for the mineral line. Nice play there by Thorzain, and immediately following it up with a Banshee in this, basically it's a 1-1-1 effectively.
And this is a lot of damage here from Thorzain, doing so much damage here. The Mulists are coming out, but he spent so many minerals in Lings. He's just about going to clean it up though, so he is going to hold on, but he lost so many drones. 20 drones were lost there.
Massive.
Great move by Thorzain. Really gets himself in. The problem with Thorzain's build though is he does not have a tech lab on a barracks, does not have stim, does not have combat shields, and look at how much gas Dongraegu has saved up. 500 now with these 2 Mutalisks that are already out, 3 in production. He's going to have around 10 with +1. He's gone back from mining gas. He's mining only minerals to try to catch up. If his defense can be good against these Mutalisks, he's in great position.
Yep, we saw there was a Banshee going, but I believe that has now been cancelled. He's swapped around, looking to try and take down that Overlord, and he's able to do so. Nicely grabbed there by Thorzain. It's always an awkward place to hide it. Whatever the case, those Mutas on the way. I don't know, Thorzain does have a lot of Marines, and the Muta count is not all that ridiculous. I'm just concerned about the lack of missile turrets, which Thorzain is now kindly rectifying.
Yeah, I mean, as long as he defends and just hits with a good, strong timing attack, there's not much that can happen here for Dongraegu. He's trying to drone up, but he's also going to build Mutalisks. It's all going to come down to the control of these Mutalisks. How much damage can he do? He has 10, well, he has 8 out, 2 more about to pop, 10 in total. If he's anything like the last game, he's going to be able to do a lot of damage, especially against no stimmed Marines.
Yes, indeed. Stim is on the way, and a missile turret has been nicely deployed. Another one there. Good placement there by Thorzain, shutting down a lot of possible avenues here. I'm concerned about that factory. It looks like Thorzain has moved to intercept and block off that advance. Once again, more harassment here by Dongraegu, but he's not really able to do any damage yet.
Yeah, he can't find any holes. He's worried about Stim as well. He doesn't really know that Stim has not been researched.
Yep.
And as soon as Stim finishes, combat shields on the way as well. We do have the tank production ramping up. Currently just at the 1, but he is going to be building consistently off this factory. And he has to be careful not to lose any Mutalisks here. Hasn't lost a single one yet. Doing damage, trying to get that Queen back up. At 29 drones versus 50, still a long way to climb for Dongraegu.
Yep, and Thorzain will no doubt be looking to try and do a really big 2-base push before he expands once again with the threat of those Mutas. He wants to try and clean them up as possible. The question is, will he be able to do that? He's now started that command center, saves the refinery. Nice quick reactions there by Thorzain.
And still 3 more Mutalisks on the way, but he hasn't got a Baneling nest. He can't afford one. He can't afford Baneling speed. He's literally going to have these Mutalisks to try and hold on for as long as possible and soul Lings without upgrades. And this timing attack from Thorzain that's definitely coming is going to be so strong to hold against.
Yeah, Thorzain's doing nicely as well with the upgrades. He just got +1, which is doing significant damage there to that pack of Mutalisks. Now moving around to try and catch them out of position. DRG doesn't make mistakes with these Mutas. It's going to come down to Thorzain managing to get a really great position on them. DRG wheeling around, trying to find a place to do damage. He was able to delay the command center. He also gained information about that third, which he must have expected. Thorzain now pushing out hand. However, does DRG have enough Mutas to stop it with Stim coming out?
Well, I don't think that, Thorzain should be sitting back here and taking the third base, to be honest. He should be jumping on the opportunity to try and go. And that could be a big downfall in his play. He wants to play ultra safe, but it's such a big timing for him to hit now as Stim finishes. And these Mutalisks have been doing a lot of damage here at the back of the base.
There's the Stim right there, and the +1, and DRG losing a couple of Mutalisks in the process. Good solid defense there by Thorzain, of thanks to the upgrades, and now looking to take that third. And as you said, it is perhaps a risky idea, and it's weird that you should say, oh, it's safe but risky. Well, in this case, it would be safe, but it's against Dongraegu, ergo it is dangerous. And there was an opportunity there for Thorzain to strike. He decided not to do that.
Yeah, I mean, he could have hit that. Basically, what he wants to do is just make sure his third base goes up. Make sure he can keep up with consistent harassment and consistent pressure, and then he's going to go. So the third base is going to plant down now, and in comes this attack. +1 armor is on its way as well, so he may wait for that. And a bit of a loose stim there.
Yeah.
And only 1 medivac, 2 more on the way, but there are so many Marines. Like we said, no bailing, it's only just been started. This is going to be tough.
This is an opportunity right here for Thorzain. He could take it right here and now, but he needs to get over there and start doing damage. If he's delayed by all of this Mutalisk harassment, and of course the Zerglings at the back there by Dongraegu, he's going to be in a big trouble.
And a bit of a misrally here from Thorzain. Misclicked onto the mirrors. That could actually do a lot of damage to himself here. The longer that Dongraegu can try to hold off, try to get this Baneling Nest out. 6 more Mutas on the way. That's going to push it up to 16, 20 Mutalisk. The count is getting so high. +1 has finished for these as well. Dongraegu somehow holding Thorzain off.
Yeah, and it really comes down to the fact that Thorzain is advancing very slowly, and that could be a real problem for him. He's such a methodical player, but against Dongraegu, if you see an opportunity, you've got to take it. DRG there, as you can see, throwing those mutas up there and staying in for quite some time, and to me, that would indicate that he is desperate to hold this off because he doesn't have anything to really deal with all of these Marines.
And the Mutalisk count is so high now, almost one-shotting the tank. There's 20 out, 2 more in production, and he's doing so well in crawling back in here.
Oh yes, Dongraegu incredibly strong. Thorzain acting quite slowly, and perhaps that will be his downfall against DRG. Small groups of Marines being sniped off right here. Consistently
sniped off, and in comes a bit of a link counterattack to that third base. It is a planetary fortress, so it is going to be okay. Enough turrets there as well, and there's no way into that natural. And slowly but surely, Thorzain's getting rid of the creep. He's sieging onto the natural. If he moves his medivacs over. And the Dongraegu, I cannot believe he's brought himself time to get back here.
Well, I mean, in this case, it's the case of the Spoon Killer and the mysterious Dongraegu, and he's taking quite some time to get around taking out Dongraegu, and it could be a mistake on his part, losing a tank there, and Thorzain's sort of running around after this pack of mutas.
Control of the Mutalisk
so good.
So good. Another tank potentially going down.
As we were saying that, Thorzain taking an opportunity, a bit of a misstep there by DRG, and Thorzain pounces on it and is able to take out several mutas in the process, now trying to drive his way forward, but these just little groups of Marines being constantly assassinated.
Yeah, it's so nice play from Dongraegu here, but the economy of Thorzain is really nice at 57 SCVs and 2-2s about to finish. The Marine count is low, but it's not that low compared to the amount of Lings and Banelings there are here. And it looks like he is going to lift up some medivacs, and well, a megavac and go down to the bottom here. Dongraegu going for a bit of a counterattack to get up all these reinforcing units.
Yeah, Dongraegu is doing such a great job of picking apart the reinforcements. He's grabbing a Marine there, he's grabbing a tank there, and that's unpleasant to say the least.
And he has taken that third base, goes directly into the gas. That's all he needs now for Mutalisk and more Banelings. There is a drop in the bottom left, but nowhere near Dongraegu as of yet. We'll have to follow that one. But he's picking off so many tanks. The tank count should have been at about 10 by now.
Yeah.
It's actually down at 4.
Yeah, he is taking Thorzain apart piece by piece. That drop is coming in, things it's been spotted by an Overlord already. So unless Dongraegu is sleeping right now, that's going to be intercepted.
Yeah, and his Mutalisk are going straight for it, and unfortunately for Thorzain, he's going to lose this, and another slip up from Thorzain. Whoa, the Mutalisk don't know where it is.
Oh, the Mutalisk missed the drop right now, and now spreading out, trying to find out where is it, and then suddenly realizing it's coming in over here, and if Thorzain doesn't drop that...
Oh, it's going to go into the main base. The Mutalisk are pretty fast, and they're going to catch up with it. Are the Marines going to be able to get out? I don't think they are.
They see it, but in the meantime, Thorzain with another drop, which is cleaned up quite nicely there by Dongraegu. Of course, this drop here was easily annihilated by the Mutas, and I think, once again, just a little slow.
Yeah, the thing is, for Thorzain does have 2-2 upgrades because of his decent economy, and that's going to really help out, but another squad of Marines are going to go down here. Dongraegu is so active with Zerglings as well, taking away map control consistently, trying to pressurize around the map, and I cannot believe he keeps holding on to this. He's taking the Extractor back on the natural as well. Banelings are being out. 3 Marine upgrades are on the way out as well.
Yeah, Thorzain's sort of being pulled and stretched in different ways, and as a direct result, his forces are being taken apart piecemeal by this huge Mutalisk count, and that's really, really dangerous.
Oh, another tank's going to get picked off here, immediately one-shotted, and these Lings are causing a lot of havoc, and this control is out of this world.
Yeah, there were opportunities here for Thorzain just to crash in at the front line. Now there's opportunities to kind of pass because of the risk of Banelings. And the thing is, Thorzain knows that. So he's sort of holding on in the middle, trying to figure out what to do, trying to catch the mutas out of position to do big damage, and of course waiting for upgrades as well. But upgrades don't help you all that much when you've got a lot of Banelings crashing down on you. There are currently 27.
The thing is, like, Thorzain's holding this really nice position, and oh my god, actually hold that thought, because this expansion is definitely going to go down. Dongraegu has come back from like 20 drones versus 50 and is now looking in great position. The Baneling count is incredibly high. 20 more Banelings are about to be morphed.
Yeah, apparently no one told Dongraegu that you don't build that many mutas. Apparently you do. Lots of damage being done right there. There was a drop prepared here, but Thorzain is too busy trying to deal with this huge force and a surround right there. And here come the Banelings, and that siege line has been spread out, but it's spread out nicely. And the Banelings have been thrown back. In the meantime, the Mutalisks just will not stop.
They will not stop, and there is a drop onto the natural now of Dongraegu by Thorzain here, but the Mutalisks in the main base are causing so much havoc here.
Yeah, it's really a case of Thorzain just has to push and do real damage, because holding this off is going to be difficult, and with so many Marines, he could go in, he could try and roll his tanks forward, but Dongraegu is getting opportunities here to rebuild. That said, Thorzain has denied mining from this base for quite some time. DRG is stuck on 3. I believe he's almost mined out of his main. He is, and Thorzain's still looking in a good position to put on a stranglehold. And with these upgrades as well, Thorzain about to hit 3-3. Those Mutalisks are going to get torn from the sky very shortly.
And so are the Lynx. It's all going to come down to how much damage these Banelings can do, or on the other hand, how many tanks can be controlled to target fire these Banelings down. And the 3-3 is about to finish up.
They weren't kidding about the Spoon Killer. This is taking a very, very long time indeed. But you know what? It's working. And there go the Mutas cleaning up another drop. But that is it. That's +3 upgrade now available. And now those Mutas are going to get torn into shreds. Thorzain taking a good number right there with a very small force relatively of Marines. The upgrades for DRG are just not high enough.
I know, and he knows it. He has to go right now. This is it for DRG.
This is it for DRG, charging down the line. The Banelings retreat, knowing that they cannot go into that tank line, and the Muta count has been significantly diminished. Is this Thorzain's chance?
This is definitely Thorzain's chance. He's still up with the supply lead, 130 versus 109, and you are kidding me about Spoons. Wow.
He just keeps
This
beating
is
DRG on the head. He said, stop it, stop it. No, I will never stop until you die. Thorzain hungry for blood, but very, very patient about it.
Oh my god, and finally we are going to go in once again for Dongraegu. This is definitely the last chance.
Oh, some reasonable micro there. Thorzain, he eliminates the Banelings. The Muta count is still high, but Thorzain moving in GG! So good. Patient, slow, but good.